Are you showing these books back here? Oops.
Good morning, everyone. This morning,
Where's the promo? Where's the intro?
hold on, I gotta do the promo.
He has to do the tease, and then he does the promo and the intro.
That's what people are waiting for.
15 seconds in, we're already off the rails. This morning, we're gonna answer your questions. Stay tuned. You know what time?
It's Clobberin time!
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We've got live in the chat so far. We've got my good friend Gateway Comics. Good to see you, Gateway Comics, and Rob Boswell. I can't get enough of Mr. Rob Boswell. I've not seen enough of his content lately.
Me neither.
It might not be you. It might be me, man.
And plus, like I said, I went to high school with somebody named Rob Boswell, who I really liked a lot. So I know you're not the same one because you're from Chicago. He's from the Lou, but I really like you just because of that.
He's from Chicago?
No, I'm sorry. I was thinking the Chicago Schulte. I don't know where you from.
Rob is in Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh.
Kentucky people.
No.
Wow,
Well, the basketball for me played at Kentucky.
Oh. This was one of those. Oh.
We're gonna drive away our only viewer.
Yeah. I was going to say Rocky Top, but that's Tennessee. That really drove him away.
Good morning, guys.
How you doing, Al? I'm Jay Hood. This is Coach Vic. That's Al. How are you doing?
I'm Al. That's all I am. That's what I do. That's my job.
So this morning we're gonna answer questions from the chat. We're gonna
one person.
As honestly as possible. You can ask us anything. So get those questions rolling. We've got one. Rob Boswell dropped one earlier. We'll get to that. But before we get to the Q&A part of the show, we're going to do just a few really quick pickups. Al, you were showing some pretty cool figures before the show.
Oh, I get to go first because no one's watching, right? That's what you. That's what you do with the toy guy. That's what you do with the toy guy. You're just like, well, no one's watching, so what do you do with this stuff?
I think you figured it out.
Yeah, because I don't have a wife. So anyway, look what I got. It's the Phantom from the Defenders of the Earth. Look at that.
I've heard people talking about the series.
And you probably never even heard of this cartoon, did you? Neither of you guys heard of this because you're older than me. Yeah. You did. So I picked this up. I was at a Walmart in Logansport, and I decided to waste all my money on them. But they look great. The only problem I have is that the Phantom's got like a 5 o'clock shadow for no reason. When I think of Phantom, I think of well-shaved, smooth baby butt face. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about no fuck. This guy looks like Don Johnson when he wakes up in the morning. Never mind, everybody.
I hate to ask, how do you know what Don Johnson looks like in the morning?
Good morning, nobody else but me.
Oh boy, come on, Vic. because I went to St. Louis. Anyway, and I got Flash Gordon, and he's clean faced.
Hey, I know what Flash Gordon is.
Do you?
Best music ever.
You know what? That's a fallacy because listen up. No, I'm not gonna get on it. Anyways, and I also picked up Minge the Merciless. You can't see it because of my lights are shining. I would take them out. I'm gonna take them out eventually. And I also picked up. I got Cup, which nobody on the outside of my house knows. This is from the Transformers movie. The the third season of Transformers from Gen 1, which Jamie looked at and was like, I don't know that guy.
I mean, does he turn into a cup? Does he transform into a cup or what?
Yeah, he turns into a cup. That's great. Oh my God. You're a dad, you know that? You're a real dad. And that dad joke, it just busted out of you. You couldn't contain it. It just was like, dad joke.
Honestly, I had no recollection of Cup the character, so I was
you remember so much minute stuff.
I know. I'm full of useless information. Gore wants to know more about the Phantom in those series of figures. Who put those out?
NECA.
Okay.
Some of my friends might have known on Facebook. I put up NECA. You cost too much. You're the devil.
And so that's what they meant.
NECA. Their toys cost so much.
You got those at Walmart?
Yeah.
These would be in the collectible aisle, right? This would be in the collectible aisle, not the toy aisle, right?
Right. That's by the it's more in the line of like where the DVDs were, and I'm gonna open him up so you can see him. He's nice. Look at him, beautiful. Oops. Look at that. Look at that. He's got abs. Let's see if I can get him out of this package without breaking him. I'm praying. I'm letting him breathe, as they say. All right. Look at this beauty. Oh my goodness. It is beautiful. It's pretty stiff. But who knew that he had a back like that? Just hiding. It looks like he's the Red Dragon. He's transforming. He's becoming something more. Look upon me. Okay, so he's got the
Good morning, Jeff Schultz.
Oh, look at these abs, bro. Oh, look at that. Look at those abs.
Nika has always done great looking stuff, and it's a good example of their
yeah. The rendition of his head is spot on Phantom, like Lee Falk, you know what I mean?
Yep.
That is beautiful. Fucking good. It looks the mask is perfect. The cheekbones. I know, like it looks like it comes off the old comic strip. I love it. The only thing is, one thing I don't like, it doesn't have the striped Speedos. It needs the striped Speedos. No, I'm joking. I always hated those.
Man, Gore's knowledge is just ridiculous.
It is.
I mean, just off the charts.
Oh yeah, Don Newton. Yeah, Don Newton. Charlton Comics. They had Jim Amparo actually was doing a Phantom for a while too. Amparo. See, they have those knee bends. If you look at this, it's like if it don't break. It has like the
double jointed knees.
It's got the separate piece in there. So
cool.
I don't really like those because it's got what do they call them? The ankle rockers, so you can rock it. So you can do good poses on them. But it's stiff. That's the thing about NECA. It's so stiff. You gotta give them a few drinks to loosen them up, you know? Man, imagine having a neck like this. Like that. Look at oh brother. That's some ram horns right there. Yeah, look at that. Man, you could not. He has instant Keaton neck. Michael Keaton neck. Hey guys, look at my shoulders. They're great. I'm telling you.
Very cool.
Look at that. I can't move the things. They're so stiff. I mean, even if you played with them, these are not for kids. Okay.
Gotcha. I see your comment there, Jeff Schultz. All right, anyway. I'm going to show. I want to. Okay, so is a comic book shopping place a honey hole if they charge $3 for dollar books?
Yes.
Is it?
I mean, I don't know.
It's not. But I struck a deal to get them for half price, so I'm still overpaying by double.
50%.
Yeah. But I got a few books, and one of them is a book I told everyone about a year ago.
Okay.
That it's something. It's one of those books you should be specking on. This is the book that J Hood certified quality spec material.
Ooh.
I'm making myself big.
Fine. Cap Wolf.
Cap Wolf.
Really?
No, not really.
Oh.
This was on, if you remember, we did a show about a year ago where I went through all the worst spec picks, or what I considered the worst spec picks, and this was one of them. So this is the last book I would spec on, but it's a fun book to have. First appearance of Cap Wolf. Who knows? Maybe we'll see him in a What If or something crazy like that, or
the multiverse of madness.
Exactly.
That'd be great.
Exactly. Good morning, Discovery Bay.
Disco.
So these next two books I picked up for a friend of mine because I know he's been looking for them. So
I'm always looking for books.
Oh,
Super Pro.
sweet.
So this is the Super Pro Special Edition.
Oh, special edition.
So it's not technically the first issue. It's like a double-sized reprint or something like that.
Nice. Super Pro.
So you finally have a Super Pro in your collection.
Yes. Now the sports category is taken care of. And nice.
Didn't I give him a bunch of little extras ahead of that?
I couldn't remember if you'd given him this one or if you'd picked it up already, but I know
I never gave him the books I got for him because I never came back. I never could. I got a whole stack of comics for Vic that I never gave him.
Okay.
Nice.
I've been here and I haven't
World's
showed up.
Collide is great. When Milestone and DC mash up, this is great.
And it's got like the color forms. I think you can move these characters around on the cover.
Oh, sweet.
Al's rocking some more of the WWE figures.
Seth Rollins, Roddy Piper, he was on Young Rock. And the Dragon, actually.
Yeah, that's nice. It's always that, hey, I know this is my point of reference.
Good morning, Magic Lasso. Thanks for joining us.
My point of reference is I remember when they were doing, Ricky the Dragon off the top rope.
Right.
Oh,
What'd you get?
So I got a couple of books. Those of y'all know me know there's a few things I love. And one of them is definitely
St.
St.
Louis.
Louis. And you guys know what tomorrow is, right?
St. Louis Day.
St. Louis Day. I love this man.
What? St. Louis Day's a thing?
Yes.
I was making it up.
March 14th, 314, St. Louis area code. Y'all might think it was Pi Day, but in the Lou, it's St. Louis Day.
Actually, it's 3142021. Wow.
So I had to pick up this Fantastic Four 167. You got the thing.
Why?
You have the
Was
thing
it St. Louis in it?
on the arch.
St. Louis Arch.
St. Louis Gateway Arch. Got the people up there in the observation deck, which is pretty cool. I've been in the observation deck. You take an egg up to the top. It's scary.
You take an egg up to the top. What happens?
It's like an egg elevator.
Okay.
And it gets you up to the top.
Gotcha.
And then I also got this X-Men 36. You guys are like, why would you get that? Because it has the first appearance of Synch. Synch, S-Y-N-C-H. He wears a St. Louis Blues jersey, and he's from St. Louis. So I love my hometown.
It's like the whole week with Victor's helmet collection.
All you got to do. This is how these comics are gonna be worth so much money because all we'll have to do is sell them to Vic. If it has something to do with St. Louis, he'll buy them.
Well, you ain't wrong, but
What if I bought a comic in St. Louis? Would you buy it? Even though it has nothing to do with St. Louis, but I bought it in St. Louis.
So last Friday night, I was watching Hero and the Kids. I forgot what they call the show, but they basically have a bunch of people on and they talk about the weekly pool, I think. Really entertaining show. But they do giveaways. And so they announced that they were going to give away Wolverine 1, I guess it was. And first person to pick a letter wins. And I won. Letter was Q. How do I pick Q? Every week at church or youth group, everybody when I say, hello, my name is, the youth respond thusly, Victor Thomas Jackson, the Q is silent. And so that's why I picked the Q. So I got that. And here on the kid just can't send you what you win. They always got to send you a little extra. And they sent me this Avengers book when Beast joins the team. And so that's pretty cool.
That's a great book right there. I never knew what issue the Beast joined the team. I'm putting that on my hunt list.
Ooh. Now
it's issue 151, right?
Yes, 151. Now the thing that really I'm grateful for anything that I win, mind you. But right after that, he says, now you can only win once. And so for the next round, they come up with this Michael B. Jordan, this Miles Morales, Michael Jordan variant from the Miles Morales number 23, Jordan's number. I'm like, man, come on now. How can you do this to me? I mean, I'm not saying I would have won the next round, but I'm like, gee. So I asked Jamie, I said, Jamie, where's this book at? I said, I can't find any spec on it. He said, probably because it's too new. I was like, wait a second, I get this book. So I called up the LCS. We don't have that. I'm like, and so then Jamie told me it was at Frankie's Comics. I'm like, Frankie's Comics? Ain't that nothing? So I looked them up. Of course, they're sold out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Here on the kids, they love me. Been around with them from day one. And so they also sent me this.
What?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
My new favorite comic book. Isn't that sweet?
That is awesome.
I love those guys.
You got a new best friend there?
Oh, yes. My new best friend.
Good morning, John's Comics with Kids, and good morning, John. Comic Intellect.
Good morning, fellas.
All right, so people in the chat, send us some questions. Anything you want to ask, anything you want opinions on, you want to know what skeletons we have in the closet are. We're not going to answer those questions, but comics, entertainment related, we had a good one first thing right off the bat this morning from Rob Boswell. Al.
You go with me first. I'm telling you, you go with me first because, anyway, I'll tell you what. Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy, or Felicia Hardy, who's hotter? As I get older, when I was younger, I probably went with Mary Jane. But now that I'm much older, I gotta say, after the last two Spider-Man movies, I gotta say Aunt May. May. I'm older. My face gets older. Look at the one of these fantasy girls. Come on, man. Marissa Tomei, Aunt May, all day. All day.
You ain't wrong.
I don't know. I don't know if I can follow that up.
That's why you should go with me last, fool.
I was always dropping the trump card on the game. Always dropping the trump card. Trump, Trump. You know, play spades.
Oh, no, I dropped the mic. I'm dropping the mic.
More black friends, man.
I ain't gonna drop my mic.
All right.
Okay.
What about you, Coach?
Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
I like the white outfit.
Wait, what?
The white outfit.
Oh, you thinking of Gwenpool?
Oh, that's not Gwen Stacy?
Spider Gwen.
What's her last name?
That is Gwen Stacy.
All right.
She's 12, man. What are you doing?
I would pick the original Gwen Stacy, and I personally, I'm with Al. I'm more into the brunettes. I'd go with Aunt May in the Spider-Man movies, but
you go with Aunt May from the Romita run. That's how crazy you are.
No, but I'm always go with the girl that got you there, and Gwen Stacy was the original, serious love interest. Well, her and Mary Jane, because they had a back and forth thing. But
which one does Zendaya play?
In what?
Which one does Zendaya play?
Mary Jane.
Zendaya, she plays Mary Jane.
Oh,
but
Jane. Then
they gave her a different name.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Discovery Bay is playing along. Question for Alan. Give me one DC speculation pick, a book that will increase in value in the next 6 months. Before you answer, Al, let me preface this by going over what Discovery Bay is doing. He announced this the other day, did a really cool video. He's dropping $10K on comic books that will go up in value, and he's going to see if he can outpace the stock market. And I have full faith he's going to be able to do it because he's a smart man, and the books he was showing definitely will increase in value. So, Al, what one comic book could you pick out that you think will go up significantly in value in the next year?
Oh, wow. Well, I don't know the original value of the comic and how much it is. I don't know what number it is, but I speculate that the Santana, the first appearance of Santana, is going to shoot up there. Because, am I echoing? I'm echoing.
No, you're fine.
The first issue of Santana, because she's getting her own HBO Max deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I suggest get some Santana, baby.
She first appeared, I believe, was in a issue of Hawkman. I want to say it was Hawkman 12, but I can't remember. That is a book that a lot of people are going after these days. But yeah, I think it's solid. Coach Vic, do you have a pick for a book you think is going to go up significantly in value?
Yes, I do. All right, but we're going to go percentage-wise, okay? Because you know me, I don't know enough about the old stuff to tell you that. But I'm doing based on what you can get it for now and what it'd be worth in how long a period of time?
He's saying 6 months. 6
months. That might be a stretch. But I don't have one then. Because it's all based on the TV soap, the DC.
Just look at the
TV
just
show.
look at the outline that they got for the DC movies or shows or whatever they're going to do. And since it's speculation, people are going to be seeing the Tana emblem, and they're going, "Oh, let's go get everything Zatanna." Well, that's what's going to happen.
I'll just go ahead and say what I was going to say, though. And I told Jamie this. I think it'll be Ironheart number 9.
That's Marvel.
I know. I don't know anything about DC.
And you've got a solid reason for picking Ironheart number 9.
Yes. The reason why I picked Ironheart number 9 is because...
You're from St. Louis?
No.
Oh, okay.
Can we go with the hashtag Black Girl Magic? Because it's the first time Ironheart, Riri, and Shuri meet. And they're on the cover together, too.
First Ironheart and Shuri.
And I would assume that they're going to be on the TV show before Shuri takes over the mantle of Black Panther in the third Black Panther movie. Remember, we heard that first. The third movie she's going to take over.
Mm-hmm. Hot spec dropping by Coach Vic.
You know,
Magic Lasso says Hawkman number 4 was the first appearance of Zatanna. Thanks for dropping that on.
I'm saying that she's not going to take over Black Panther because they have so many toy molds for a male Black Panther figure that they're going to want to use that, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to just probably throw Michael B. Jordan in the suit.
Michael B. Jordan could be Black Panther in the next movie.
He's going to continue to be. They'll probably have a team up. They'll probably have Shuri like suit up, but not going to take over. It's just the way it is. It's money, man. They already got all the suit. They already got all the Black Panther toys made. Okay, and they're all big buff dudes. So they're not gonna. They just need to repaint. That's all they're gonna do.
Okay, I don't know enough about today's current toy collector toy market, but how much repainting do they do these days? Don't they do new sculpts for pretty much every figure now?
No, they do. Like, hey, let's take this shoulder here from this guy. This.
Okay.
They redo everything. They reuse everything. You should know that how much it costs.
Michael B. Jordan and Chadwick Boseman have the same body type, basically. I mean, Jordan's taller.
It don't matter. It's the suit. It's like all the bodies, all the like Marvel Legends, all those are the same bodies. They just have like different stuff added onto them.
Yeah, okay.
So toy wise, we got a couple more years of male Black Panther. So don't get your hopes up.
So my answer
didn't Jerry get like kind of canceled on Twitter for saying something crazy anyway?
Who get canceled?
She was getting some blackball.
That'll die down by the time they get back.
But see, here's what Shuri did. Unlike the Mandalorian chick, Shuri shut up.
That's cute. All right, let's get away.
They gave them all a second chance, but Shuri shut up. I'm just telling you, that's the only difference.
What's the next question?
Well, I'll take a stab at answering, and I know, like I didn't see all of your show the other day, but I saw a good bit of it, so I know kind of some of the stuff you're buying there, Discovery Bay, and I think that even though it's expensive, you're right. The first appearance of Miles, he's specking hard on that.
Oh yeah, duh. I mean, I'm sorry.
No, we're talking about DC.
Isn't that like 25,000 now?
Yeah, but he's going for like the second printings, the late printings, and then the 9.6s and anything kind of in the 9 range is going to be,
still valuable.
We could afford them. So then there's going to be a lot of people out there that's still after it that can't afford the 9.8.
Oh. This is what you should spec on. $3,000 is yours.
That is going to be a book that's going to go up in value. Trust me. So I would go with.
Oh, that's still Marvel. You said Miles. You got me all confused. You said DC.
So you should let me go last.
Oh, he did say DC. I totally missed the DC part of the question. Okay.
I'm the only one paying attention.
Okay, sorry for derailing.
The only DC thing I read is Batman.
Okay.
What about those Superboy books?
Well, Superboy doesn't have any value.
So what's your spec?
I don't want to say because I'm going to go hunting for one today, and if I don't buy it, I'm going to buy it off eBay.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
No, it's a DC book.
Oh.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
I can't tell with you guys.
I would go for, and this is another book I'm interested in, but I'm probably not going to be able to get it. Is the first John Stewart?
Oh,
that's.
I got
that isn't what I thought he was talking about.
Well, that's not the one I'm going to go after, but this one I would like to, but I think I'm going to run out of money before I get to it.
All
right. But I would go after first John Stewart, but that's a longer play than just a year, though, because they say he's not going to be in the Green Lantern TV show, but they're supposedly saving him for movies. So that'd be more than a year down the line. So something else to go for would be. And this is a book I haven't gotten it, so I can't show it. First Guy Gardner. Once they do the Green Lantern TV show, if they do it right, Guy Gardner is going to be the hit, like the character everybody's going to want.
Well, DC does TV right; they just can't get a movie right.
They do not do TV right.
Well,
let's get on.
They do it consistently. Okay.
They put stuff out. They put stuff out. Let's just say that. And people gobble it up. Well, no, if you want to consider Marvel doing, if the Disney stuff is TV, then Marvel whipping that A. Okay? Sorry. With one show, WandaVision showed them all how to do it. Not like, let's get Brandon Ralph and her to be the Atom and an Iron Man soap because that was real. That was.
Let me tell you how good. Let me tell you how predictable Marvel was with TV. I mean, it was great. Don't get me wrong.
I don't consider S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't consider Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., man. I don't consider that. That stuff is bad as the CW.
Hey, that was great. Then they went to outer space and it got
just like Arrow, just like Flash, just like Supergirl. It's all garbage. Just like Smallville's garbage. All that garbage. DC TV is garbage.
Those fighting words now.
What?
I love Smallville. You know that.
I'm sorry.
Let's move on to the next question. From Magic Lasso, who's got a really good background in the music industry.
Okay.
If a Dazzler was real, do you think you'd enjoy her voice and songs?
Yes.
Well, let's see. I have to say yes because I like a lot of teeny bopper music, right? From what would she sound? What do you think Dazzler would sound like? Would she be a Lady Gaga? Would she be an Adele? Would she be who's the Electric Youth girl from
Kylie? No, not Kylie Minogue.
I don't know.
No,
I think she'd be more like
who
Would she be Beyonce? Would she be
Control
J-Lo?
Janet Jackson.
I think if I was doing a Dazzler movie
She'd be
and I wanted to
Tiffany.
do it right, it would be a period piece right in 1978.
Ooh.
And you're gonna have disco music. You're gonna have
Come
the
on,
whole
78.
54 thing going on.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's music inspired by Queen and ABBA.
And then when they try to put her in the modern X-Men movies, she's an old hag. Yay, gays!
I do have a question though.
What?
You know what my question is.
Is it in St. Louis?
Who is the Dazzler?
What?
Who is
He
the
doesn't
Dazzler?
know Dazzler.
No, don't worry about it. It's okay.
Yeah, she's not up on
I'm
the
not
wall.
gonna say it.
Oh, see, she ain't good enough to make the wall.
All right.
But I do like the idea of a young Janet Jackson though.
Well, who doesn't?
Does
I
the
think
panel
she
think
does
the
too,
current comic book market is going to burst? Can the increases continue?
Well, here we go.
My
Wake me up in 20 minutes.
yes. The answer is yes. It's gonna pop. It's gonna pop. And
burn.
is it gonna pop inside a year? I don't know. Will it pop within
Let's ask
5 years?
Negative Jamie.
Yes, it's gonna. And I'm gonna be there, buying up these expensive books right now and watching them lose value, just like you guys.
Oh, you saying they're gonna Beanie Baby?
Yes, I mean all this new money that's coming in, that's doubling and tripling the price of keys, is when there's any kind of big economic downturn, like a significant downturn, they're gonna abandon all this stuff.
You're missing out.
Okay, though. My thing is, it may have a slight fall, but it's not going to bust because somebody told me there is more money out there today than there are goods to spend it on. People are looking for ways to spend money. Top Shot, it's the most ridiculous thing in the world that people are buying video highlights of people they can watch on YouTube for free. It's $260,000 for LeBron James video highlight. Now, if people are spending money on that like crazy, they're going to spend money on comic books, and people are going to keep making books. Now, the thing is, once they lose interest, once they start selling stuff off, that's where us scavengers scoop in and get stuff for dirt cheap. It's just going to sustain the market. It's like the regular market; it balances out. It has its peaks, it has its valleys, but it always figures out a way to balance out, maintain.
I just want to take my time to point out that John's Comics with Kids says that I'm on fire and someone peed in my coffee. And then Magic Lasso says Vic would go see her in concert in St. Louis.
I mean, only because I got the hook up there.
There you go.
I would have to pay for tickets.
He wouldn't know who she was. But he'd go see it. Oh, St. Louis? Oh, yeah. I'll go.
See, if y'all were that excited about it, I would go. Ooh. About 3 foot tall?
They have to stretch her out.
Okay, let's see what else we got here.
What was it? Oh, Debbie Gibson. That's what her name was.
Oh, okay.
That was that. Oh, my God. I hated Debbie Gibson. And Britney Spears, Christina, all the same molded. All they're like, yeah, let's just make this. Oh, there's a new one.
See, Gore and Magic Class will know what I'm talking about with the ABBA songs.
You got to give it the day, man.
Let's see. John's Comics with Kids says lots of Green Lantern books could spike. I'm trying to snag a few before they start showing footage or making big casting announcements. Yep, it's early for the Green Lantern spec, but it should, if they do that show, very well at all, those books are going to increase in value.
Or it's going to bomb like most DC stuff does.
it's going to have more money in it. It's not going to be like the regular run-of-the-mill TV show. It's going to have money behind it.
It's DC can't make it, man. DC ain't gonna do nothing because they got a bunch of chumps leading them by the toes. Unbelievable.
Magic Lasso says it will pop when people start diverting their money to go back out to eat and go to concerts and sporting events.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah, nobody has anything to do with their money.
The card collector money coming into the comic book market sees our 9/8 census and says, wow, those numbers are so low compared to what they've been investing in.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It's reciprocal, you know. We'll be like, oh, it's hot. No, it's not. It's hot. Oh, no, it's not. It's hot.
Gateway Comics said, should you get a book graded because of the value or because you like it? Okay, so this is why are you getting books graded? And you're asking a panel that generally doesn't do that. I'm gonna do that.
Grade all the time. And I walk on them.
You got slabs holding up the leg of your table.
That's right. I got giant size number 1 over here, son. Graded.
Hey,
9
that's
out of
still
10.
fresh, man.
So I'm to the point now where it's like I've got the money. I just need to pull the trigger and get some books graded. And the reason I'm going to do it is so I can flip them for more money. I mean, I'm purely mercenary about it. I like.
See, that's the problem. You have no like love or nostalgia for it.
I'm going to buy a big key today. Probably the most I've spent money on one book. Whether I find it locally or go on eBay and get it. It's one of those books where I'm like, I see all this money being spent and this book hasn't spiked yet, so I got to strike while it's still available.
Did I show you guys this last time?
But
it's the $1 Million He-Man.
Very nice.
I speculate
the $1 Million Dream.
Yeah, I speculate that the $1 Million He-Man will go up in value.
So
comics will go down.
Getting back to my point about slab books.
Oh, you're still going?
My personal preference of having raw books. So if I end up with getting this big book graded, I'll probably start buying a few graded books here and there. But otherwise, I'm going to probably crack that Green Lantern 76 here someday soon.
Oh, my goodness.
Good morning, Randy Vigilante. Okay, let's see here.
Should never crack a sealed book.
What about you, Coach Vic? You haven't dived into the graded book thing yet.
I might want to get this one.
That would be a good one because it's totally a cover buy. It's going to go up in value.
And plus, I got the other one at the LCS waiting for me to pick it up.
The other one?
The regular number 23.
Gotcha.
I actually do read that series.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I started reading because he's black. What up?
The 9.8 is going to become unattainable to the comic collector, and the 9.4 and 9.6 is going to be the next affordable price point. That's very true.
I mean, when I was looking at my list of books I wanted to pick up this year, I was looking at grades between 8 and 9.6 because I know 9.8 ain't happening, and that's why I based my list on, because, like you said, those are attainable.
Mm-hmm. I wish you the best. You bought it graded, or you cracked it, cleaned it, and sent to CGC. I wish you the best, man. Rooting for you.
And if you don't want it anymore, send it to Coach Vic.
Good morning, Old Wolf. Good to see you.
Yes, morning, Old Wolf. He does a great thing on Thursday nights.
Not just Thursday nights. He's part of the usual crew on what's the drawing show on Tuesday night?
Lame or Frame.
Lame or Frame.
I guess they never invited you back because you're too much of a ringer.
No, I'm not going to say I refused to go back, but I went on with all the All-Stars and didn't win a round. So
the worst part was you probably finished second in all of them.
Well, I'm not going to say, but oh well. You win some, you lose some. I'm going to take my ball and go home. All right. Looks like the questions are drying up. Al, you have a question for us?
I want to say, what do you think was the biggest thing to come out of WandaVision? The show.
The biggest thing to come out of WandaVision.
The best thing to come out of WandaVision. I know what I got. What do you got?
Okay, do you want to know what I think is the best, or what is going to have the biggest effect on everything going forward?
I don't care about that. I care about what has the effect on you. That's what I deal in. I don't deal in like, oh, look what I bought this piece of wood that someone looked at once, and I don't care about that. I want to know what affects you. What's like, oh, I love that the most. That was my favorite piece of that.
The biggest thing I got out of it, I'll go first because I got to answer.
Go ahead.
Is that they were able to do a great character study and kind of really get into Wanda and put her on all kinds of different angles and kind of show everyone that's unfamiliar with comic books or superheroes or what they can be or how their character can be developed into more than just, a really two-dimensional, character. They kind of sent her through her paces through the whole range of emotions. It was all about her dealing with the loss of the Vision. It showed how kind of powerful and dangerous she can be, where they kind of hinted at that in the movies and talked about it more than actually demonstrated it. So I think it just kind of raises the bar for expectations of, okay, what kind of stakes are involved, or when we talk about, we need the Avengers to sign an agreement that they're only going to work under sanctioned actions and stuff like that. It becomes more real to us as a viewer to see, like, okay, if one of them did get out of hand, what are they capable of? And I think that she definitely showed what she could do. And then we see, okay, if she gets any much more powerful than that, she could take over the world, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing I think it brought to the table as far as the storytelling in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Well, that's what you think they did, but what was it that you were like, oh, I love that?
That part of it, the fact that they were able to demonstrate that on screen, that we got this all, it really reminded me of what I liked in the comics with the Phoenix stories, where Jean Grey is taken over by the power. That's kind of similar thing happened here, not on as big and grand a scale, but it showed us that they can show that on screen, and kind of raised expectations as far as I'm concerned.
Lowered expectations. All right, you go, Vic.
Well, I mean, there's a few things. One, I mean, it all kind of gets wrapped up in the end, but just the whole, I guess, for lack of a better term, study of grief, and just what people go through, what people are willing to do to not have to experience that grief and to go through that pain. And that was just really good. I mean, especially, Vision. When they work Vision just masterfully. I mean, it had all dusty up in my apartment when I was watching it, But I mean, just those two things. Now, I will tell you what frustrated brother now. You know what's going to frustrate me. So, Monica. Build this girl up, make her all this out, and now was she just going to disappear until Captain Marvel comes out? I mean, really? Is she just going to go up to outer space? She didn't even have a final fight scene. You know where that is? That's on the cutting room floor. I don't know why they're editing stuff out. It's on TV. They own the platform.
They can make the episode as long as they want.
Exactly. So her fight scene's on the cutting room floor.
We got a difference here, man. We got some difference here. I'll tell you right now, one of my biggest favorite things was Monica.
Oh yeah.
Because the way they took this is what you throwing out the baby out with the bathwater, because they didn't give her they gave us a taste. This is wrestling 101. You give the new baby face the rub. They made Captain Marvel, they made Photon, man. They brought her in the back door and was just like, it's like, oh wait, look at that. That's how you do character building. They made a new character. Okay?
Yeah.
A black lady, okay? That is huge. They backdoored. We didn't get it like Captain Marvel. That
Right,
was
this shows up.
Whatever her name, whatever her name is.
Carol Danvers.
Yeah, no, I mean the actor. That stuff was just like, man, it's force fed. That was so force fed. This is how you do it. This is how they should do this stuff. Like, hey, we're watching WandaVision. All of a sudden, who's this character?
All right, I'll give you that.
We don't know who she is. Who is she? We know who she is. And they bust her in, and just like, oh, I'm like, oh, who's she? You know, this cutie girl. Oh, this girl cute. And then you get all this, and then she's like, oh shit, she's gonna get a suit. She's gonna be a superhero. She is gonna be significant, man. She's gonna make. I want her to be. Get rid of the other chick. Get her to be Captain Marvel because she was Captain Marvel first. That's some bogus stuff. But anyways, that's how you do a character. You don't like replace other characters. You bring. I was like, we have her. We have Monica Rambeau. Okay, here you go, and you love her. She's so likable. That's what I'm saying. She'd be. You can put her in. I'll watch her in anything. Okay, I'll watch her on anything. That's what I mean. I love the whole show, but when I thought about it, I was like, oh man, they made a character. No offense, I couldn't stand the comic book character. I was just like, who is it? Because when I seen her, Captain Marvel, I was like, what happened to the blonde, blue-eyed Aryan race dude that was running around? You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't dig her. I did not dig her at all. But then the show made me. I was like, oh my goodness, that's how you do it. That's how you freaking bring in a new character, and you don't shove stuff down people's throats. That's why Marvel is so good. Marvel is just so good. You don't replace male actors with female actors. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's like we're doing this just to do it. I mean, look at Captain Marvel, the movie, where they replaced the original Captain Marvel with Annette Bening, and it just was like, come on, like you could have just made it.
What movie are you talking about?
Captain Marvel.
Where did Annette Bening come from?
You ever watched Captain Marvel?
The one I saw in the theaters after Black Panther?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You gotta watch it again.
A long time ago.
JB
Because
says
it was such a forgettable movie. And I'm just saying, but this is how you do characters. I'm sure they had 9 or 10 episodes, how many episodes they had, and a lot of them were repetitive, but that's how you bring it in.
JB says the best thing to come out of WandaVision is how it gave us all something to talk about every weekend.
Yeah.
I know what I want to talk about right now.
All right.
Fan expectations.
Woo!
That's the biggest problem. We're sitting here speculating on comics, right? Fan expectations. Over expectations, okay? That's the problem.
Hype now.
We go crazy. We go crazy with our like, oh, it's gonna be Mephisto, it's gonna be Nightmare, it's gonna Magneto, this is Quicksilver, and then people
Reed Richards
get it. They don't get it. They crap on everything. Oh my! Well, what happened to this? I wanted it to be this. It's like that's your problem. And another thing, it wasn't Marvel.
Are you kidding me?
He would freeze right in the middle of a point. But I will say,
I'm just gonna leave it right there. The picture says it all. Oh, you're back. You're froze.
Okay. All I'm saying is that they didn't say anything. They just let us crazy brain freaks run around, all us marks, just sit there and go, oh, it's this. And we work ourselves up in the frenzy. And you got all these YouTube people saying all this stuff, and it's their fault. It's like it's fake news, guys. Like that.
I will say though, you're right on.
You didn't get Riri as Ironheart or whatever. That's you working it up into yourself. That's your fan expectations.
No, I expect Ironheart to come in on our TV show where it comes out.
because they said they're going to do it. It's not a rumor.
Oh,
So
just don't cry when
Okay, so Al,
it doesn't happen. Or serious Black Panther.
compare fan expectations to shows like WandaVision to what happens in wrestling storylines then.
Oh, that's simple. That is simple. Okay, so this last weekend, AEW had a pay-per-view, AEW Revolution.
Yeah.
And before that, the Wednesday before that, they had the Big Show, Paul White, come out and say they have signed
The Big Show who?
Paul White.
Okay.
What?
I thought the Big Show was the Big Show.
Well, he's got a real name.
He's a human being. He doesn't have I'm not gonna get into this. Anyway, Paul White. They can't use Big Show because that's WWE. He's on AEW. All right.
I'll watch AEW if I know that. Go ahead.
You should be watching AEW. It's the best wrestling there is. Anyways, they know how to tell stories. They're the Marvel to WWE's DC. We'll just say that. All right, so where was I? I forget. Vic does this to me all the time, man. All the time. I'll be getting into some deep stuff, and then Vic just like,
how do you compare the storyline?
The sky. I'll be
You're talking about Paul White coming out a week before the pay-per-view.
All right, so that Wednesday, he comes out and says that he's got a scoop that at the pay-per-view, they're going to sign a big wrestling guy, Hall of Fame worthy guy. Okay? Everybody just, oh, it's going to be CM Punk. Oh, it's going to be this guy. It's going to be, but everybody really wants it to be CM Punk. You probably don't even know who CM Punk is. No, you don't.
I know who he is. Go ahead.
So anyway, everybody wanted to be CM Punk. Even though CM Punk gets on Twitter and he's like, it's not me, guys. It's not me. And I'm tired of him. I don't care if it's him anymore. But everybody was speculating, who's it going to be? They was going crazy. It's Brock Lesnar. It's CM Punk. It's this guy. So many people got this pay-per-view, okay, wanting to see who signed with AEW. Guess what? Everybody's like let down by it because they build it up, and it ends up being a guy called.
Who was it? Don't leave me hanging. Who was it?
Christian Cage. Do you know Christian Cage?
No.
You know that guy, the one guy that did that thing?
I don't know.
Okay, so that's the thing.
Oh, I'm let down.
Unless it was a name that you would recognize.
I was expecting something like Paul Orndorff
or Sting.
Yeah, Paul Orndorff. Sting already signed on, man.
Sting's there too?
Sting's already had a match.
Oh, yeah.
What are you coming at me for, man? Like, you need to be watching this. You got the internet? There's a thing called the internet, man. You can, like, Google this stuff. Look at it.
But on Wednesdays, I watch The Masked Singer.
That's going to last.
Gord Vidal says, I found it interesting that some who watched WandaVision spent more time talking about the character speculation than that episode's stories.
Oh, yeah. Like when Quicksilver popped in. They were like, oh, Quicksilver. This means that it's a big crossover with the universes and stuff. Like they want Jennifer Lawrence running around in that blue makeup. They're not going to do that.
What are they going to do when they cast Jennifer Lawrence as Invisible Woman?
Boo! That's a waste of talent.
Like they're going to have to do something good with. I trust Marvel, but man, to make the Fantastic Four actually like good, they're going to have to. I mean, I like Fantastic Four, but that's lightning in a bottle, man.
Okay, so let's talk about fan expectation in light of movies that have been done and in the can for a year. And as much as we talk about, speculation on WandaVision.
Oh, Black Widow.
Black Widow
has
got no buzz behind it anymore. Eternals has never had a buzz behind it.
No.
They've not shown one speck of footage from Eternals, and it's less than a year away.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just funny how the thing that's hot right now which a week ago was WandaVision, and next week's going to be Falcon and Winter Soldier
For 6 weeks only.
right? Is I mean, in this, watching them at home on a smaller screen is more exciting than the spec or thinking ahead to what they're going to do with these movies. And I think with Black Widow, I think part of it is that, what are the stakes in Black Widow? Well, we know that she died in an Avengers movie, so the stakes can't be that high. She's going to survive till the end, and this is all just a prequel. But
well, it could be a post-sequel.
I think they're going to introduce a new Black Widow.
That's exactly what they're doing. But
Hey, you know what?
No, she's already cast. She's in the movie. Yeah.
Really, she is.
Have you seen the previews with the blonde girl?
No, I mean, you. Oh, I thought you said Jennifer Lawrence already cast as Mrs. Fantastic, but
she's not going to be in Black Widow.
Okay.
I've been
like 3 years since I saw the trailer.
Jennifer Lawrence can run as much as she wants, and she'd be a nice dazzler.
She does dazzle.
But okay, so this plays into Discovery Bay's point of can this level of interest in this hobby or the value of these books be maintained? And when you look at it from the standpoint of, and I mentioned this back on the first episode, I think it was, we had Al on. If any of these movies start failing or TV shows start disappointing to the point that we're not interested, that's going to be a huge, red flag as far as the value of the books are concerned, because that's what's generating the buzz and the interest in it.
Well, I will say, I don't think any of the Arrowverse TV shows had any type of impact on the comic book market.
No, because they sucked.
But how many people did they expose the characters to, though? They exposed the characters to so many more people, or maybe a new audience, younger audience.
Hey, I want you to meet this person I want you to see this character that has nothing to do with the character in the comic book. So then they go and get the character in the comic book. Then they're like, "Who the hell is this? I don't know this. This is not my Arrow." That's the problem with DC. That's always been the problem. They sell out their characters for like, oh well. People won't get that. That's why I love Marvel, because they'll be like, oh, they'll get it. They'll get it. DC's always been afraid to put those characters on the screen because they go, oh, people won't get it, and they won't. No. It's like, that's why life has left you behind, DC. That's why no one cares about Superman. No one cares about Wonder Woman anymore, because you're afraid to be crazy with it. You're afraid. You got to make them dark. That's their one thing. That's why Man of Steel bombed. That's what, to me, it bombed. It was a dud. I love Henry Cavill, but Man of Steel was just like, dude, you're not Jesus. Get out of my face. Okay? Batman versus Superman. Blah. Why don't you just come over and puke on my chest and just be like, that was a good movie, wasn't it? And like, no, it's not. I'm sorry. And then Justice League. Josh Whedon or not. Josh Whedon's bogusness, Zack Ryder stuff, it's like, it's because it's too depressing. I want my Batman to be depressing. I don't want my Superman to be depressing. My Wonder Woman, she can just be hot, whatever. I don't care, whatever Gal Gadot is. She's fine. She's hot. Do something. I like the first half of the first movies, but anyways. But they choke. DC chokes, and that's why they let their characters be prostituted and changed out for whatever you want. What do you want Superman to be today? That's what happens. What do you want him to be today? That's why
Calvin.
That's why Smallville happened. Oh, we don't want to put Superman on the screen. We just want this white emo kid to walk around with, oh no, I got superpowers.
I want to address this comment from Discovery Bay, especially as it addresses Eternals. Here's my thing on Eternals. Eternals is one of the books I'm specking on because I had the books in decent condition, and those are some of the ones I'm sending out to get graded and flip. But here's what I'm afraid of. There are crap ton of Eternals comics out there. The value on them isn't going up one bit right now.
What books?
Eternals.
Eternals has gone up. Eternals is going up because I was looking. People are selling them for crazy prices. So crazy people.
Let's say it's gone up 100%. It used to be $1 book. Now it's $100 book. But in the big scheme of thing of what the comic book values are right now, that's pocket change.
True.
Well, here's your problem: is you can't get early. You got speculation is that after the movie comes out, then it's going to be hot. That's what's going to happen to Eternals, man. If they got the right freaks on that movie, it's going to be big. Just like WandaVision. No one cared about WandaVision because they were so boring in the earlier movies. But now I like WandaVision.
Have you seen the character designs? Have you seen the character designs for the Eternals?
They're not Kirby. Nothing's been Kirby.
That's my thing. It's got to be Kirby.
It's going to be Marvel magic.
The character designs do
Why
not
are you doubting Marvel?
Comics.
Our Lord and Savior Kevin Feige is going to come down and smite you because you're not loving it. Why are you speculating evil on this, man? You fake news in this stuff. It's going to be good.
Here, my bottom line is, I think
Inhumans, huh?
after the Eternals comes out, the market is going to be flooded with humans books because everyone still has them and they're ready to move them. And there's going to be more supply than there's going to be demand.
Now that was a bad TV show.
I said Inhumans, didn't I?
Yes.
What is this?
Okay, I was confused, but I will tell you one thing about the Eternals, and you mentioned this to me, is they're not the same characters as the comic book. Didn't you say? Because I was excited because there's a deaf character, because older sister deaf, younger sister's an interpreter. But you said, well, that person's not in the comic book. That's a white dude in the comic books. That's a black deaf girl in the movies.
Yeah, they've done a lot of both gender and race swapping, which I'm not opposed to, but they're doing a lot of it to the point that the characters in the comics reflect nothing of what we see on screen.
And I'm curious how that's going to affect sales.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I would have went out and bought, was it Makari? I would have bought all of those, but it's a white dude. It's not a black deaf female.
And she doesn't
wear that's the deal. They're gonna have to switch it now. I mean, I don't mind that so much because this is like Eternals.
True.
No one really knows Eternals, and that can be played with, I guess. But I'd have to say if they're doing it like the Neil Gaiman story, where they're whatever. But they needed to get Taika Waititi to do that and get him off of Thor. Have the Eternals do that because he did some crazy stuff with Thor Ragnarok. Might a little too comedy, but Eternals isn't gonna. I don't know, man. Eternals can't be too stiff.
Jeff Schultz is bringing a question that we must address. My wife wants to know who's the biggest slut in comic books. I'm clueless.
Batgirl.
What?
Batgirl, man. Batgirl slept with Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Batman. Probably got some Joker bits. I don't know what's going on. They do not respect Barbara Gordon, man. Tell me that ain't the truth.
You're right.
Yeah, it's Batgirl. Maybe Starfire. I don't know. I haven't read the new.
Oh, how you gonna handle the sister girl? She's black in the comics.
Oh, she's orange.
Oh, okay.
Well,
what about Vampirella? I've never read one of those books. Let's see.
That's Vampirella. That's like
she's all teased.
Oh, okay.
No,
she looks like she's trying to hold anything back.
She's all teased. Red Sonja, a man can't touch her. That's the thing.
Really?
She'll kill him.
There's a difference between looking slutty and being there's a difference there. Okay,
you're right. Batgirl gets around.
Batgirl has had.
You shouldn't shame her because of that.
Of the Bat family, that she hasn't made a Bat family member yet. That's what made me mad about the three Jokers, man. Like Jason Todd, like, girl, you want to get with it? Man, that was some bogus stuff, man. And then the movie, the Killing Joke movie. Like they had her sleeping with Batman.
I didn't even watch that.
I didn't either. I know about it though.
But yeah, a good hot take about it.
All right. Well, we've been going for more than an hour.
Oh, we have?
Yeah.
Someone I just want to identify that. I want to point out that people are thinking I'm crazy, and I'm sorry if I went too crazy today for you.
You are not crazy. This kind of energy is the reason I have you on the show. So thanks for coming out and playing a part. And let's shout out the people who are still in the chat with us. Alex Comic Quarters putting down flooring. I've been there, done that. Wish you luck.
As my dad say, pay the people. It's easier.
Old Wolf, Corbadal, Discovery Bay, thanks for coming out this morning. John's Comics with Kids.
Wake them girls up.
Jeff Schultz, did I say Jeff Schultz? Rob Boswell's still here. Magic Lasso. Man, thanks everybody for coming out, throwing out some questions, having fun, and we'll wish you the best. Have a great day today. Remember, keep your priorities straight. Faith, family, comic books. We'll see you next time.